Hi, this is Wendy from Parenting Through Ascension. I just wanted to thank first and foremost Dawn and Higher Self for allowing my videos to be on their YouTube channel. I'm very excited about that. Y'all, I was geeking out. I went from 3 to 23 subscribers in a day. 23 subscribers, and I have arrived. So I was pretty happy about that. I know that's silly. Not why I do it though, right? But it is nice. It's nice to see that a few people are listening to me. And so, what I wanted to talk about today was, and this seems to be the energy because I've listened to, well, at least one. I listened to one, no, to a couple other videos. If you don't subscribe, her videos are also run on Higher Self, but her YouTube channel is called Higher Realm Holistics. Her name is Veronica, and she's amazing. And I've been following her for a little while, and we are just in sync. We are totally in sync. And a lot of times, thanks, Veronica, I get ideas for my videos from her videos. And I try not to copy people, although it's important to get the information out. But I do give credit, where people, where if I've gotten ideas from people, or if I'm passing on a message from that I heard from somebody else. And so, oops, forgot to turn my phone off. And so I wanted to talk about something that Veronica had touched on about, us Lightworkers, especially those Forerunners, first wavers, which I know that I am. There are many waves. If you're not a first waver, it doesn't mean you can't watch my videos. Doesn't mean that nothing I say will resonate. It just means that we're in a little bit different, we're in a different group of people, which is really, whatever, we're all family. We're all part of this Lightworker family. But Lightworkers are realizing that there's kind of this big thing going on right now, and I believe it's lifting. It feels like it's lifting, where we were in a great place, right? Like, who was in a fabulous place for like a week, and then you felt like you kind of were pulled down again. And what I understand was happening was that, okay, we reached this level, and then as a collective of Lightworker souls, we decided, and we have, guardians helping us with these decisions, we decided that we would drop a little bit and try to, I guess the concern is that not enough people are raising their vibration, which I know that will happen. I'm not worried about that, and I don't want you to be worried about that either. That's going to happen. Everyone at the soul level has already decided whether they're staying or going, and it's all good. But what happened was they were a little concerned that people weren't moving fast enough, and so we agreed to drop down and to try to pull them up with us. And apparently a lot of people on the soul level had some complaints about this. So because we had no warning, right? Like, what are they going to do? Gather us all in a spaceship and tell us. That would be awesome. Do that next time. Like, put us in a spaceship and tell us what's going on. Yeah, we had no warning, and all of a sudden we went from, yay, I finally have broken through something, to, okay, like, and I knew, like, if you were like me, I knew it wasn't like the next thing. It just felt like really heavy energy. And so, but what I realized was it kind of automatically happens. Like, I fell, and it wasn't like I had to be told that, okay, you need to, while you're down here, try to grab as many people as you can and pull them up with you. It just kind of was automatically happening. People have started to reach out to me, which is wonderful. Family members, friends have started to maybe resonate a little more with what I'm saying, which is fabulous. I'm here for you. I share my truth because I need to get it out, because I need to share it. But if it only reaches one person, wonderful. That's what I'm doing here, right? But I'm here for that reason. And so I was ecstatic that people have started to reach out to me and ask me questions and be more open about the things that I talk about. And I will tell you all, I am deep down the rabbit hole. So, but I can keep it real. I can keep it on the surface a little bit. I'm pretty intuitive. I know what they're ready to hear at any given time. And so, but in these videos, I'm going to probably just lay it all out. But anyway, and so we went through that, and I feel like that's lifting. I feel like they were like, okay, that didn't really work, and we need to just trust that these people are going to, I believe that it did help a little bit, but as light workers, we're like, no, 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 take me back to where I was before. And so I feel it lifting. I feel like I'm coming back up to where I was. And it feels good. I'm still really tired. I'm sure a lot of you are too. Just, it'll kind of hit me. I feel great in the morning. I go for a walk. I go for a very brisk walk. I try to walk for a whole hour around here, and we live in a beautiful area that's very scenic and kind of out in the country. We have a reservoir and a state park, and it's gorgeous out here. And so I have no trouble filling an hour with lovely scenery. I'm sorry, I'm going to turn that off right now. And then I get home, and you would think that this, working out, exercising, which is my workout, would energize me for the rest of the day. I eat lunch and I have to lay down for a little bit. It hits me. And so there's a lot still processing. We're integrating right now. But the point, anyway, get to the point, Wendy. So the point of this video, if you can tell by the title, which I don't know what I'm naming it yet, but it's going to be something like, I Can't Save You. So hopefully that pulled you in. And although we fell, so let me get to my point. Although we came down a little bit, which we agreed to on the soul level, darn our souls for knowing how badass we are. We came down a little to try and, maybe kick up the dust a little bit more around people and help them to, shed that veil in front of their eyes. It did help. I believe it did help. We're coming back up. The point, though, that I want to make is if you felt like you came down and you're not bringing anybody else up with you, that is not your fault. People have to be ready to raise their vibration. You can't force it. You can't do it for them. You can't talk them into it. They have to do it. They have to be ready. They have to do it. And they have to be ready on the soul level. And as we know, a lot of people on the soul level, they may still be here right now, but they have not decided to, or they have decided not to stay through this transition. And so a lot of people are going to be leaving. And I know that makes a lot of people sad. A lot of people are freaking out about that. What if it's, my sister? Or what if it's my, and it is a long, well, I don't want to say long, it is a process to release emotional attachment to that. You just have to know that they are going to be exactly where they need to be for their own soul's growth. But the whole point of this video is to talk about how we cannot save anybody. And I've had people reaching out to me recently. Wendy, I need you to save me. Wendy, I need you to fix me. Oh, you've figured it. It looks like you've figured it all out, Wendy. I need you to fix me. And or one that really still triggers me is, Wendy, I'm in this situation. I need you to stand up for me against this person or against this. I need you to do that because you didn't, like, maybe I failed them in the past or whatever, or they perceive that, right? So I have a question. Whose job is it to stand up for you? Is it mine? No, it's not mine. Now, where I have had to forgive myself for maybe not standing up for someone who couldn't. Absolutely, I'm not saying don't stand up for people who can't. But when you have people coming to you and saying, please fix me, and, oh, well, you need to stand up for me, I would tell them, I believe that's your job. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. It's time to stop waiting for someone else to do it first, and then maybe you'll, feel that self-esteem boost to do it yourself. It doesn't work that way. I can't give you self-worth. Only you can do that. I can't give you self-esteem. I can't give you the courage to stand up for yourself, except through telling my story and my experiences. So hopefully my story helps a little bit. But and so I'm not saying I feel like it's coming out all wrong. I hope you're getting this as me talking about not perpetuating the victim energy and the savior, right? So many of us, and I've had to shed a lot of that, and I still get it, is that savior mode, that savior complex. Oh, well, we're here to save the world. We need to start saving people. You really can't do it. You can't save anyone but yourself. And in saving yourself, you're healing people around you, and you're showing them that they can do it too. Because all of us, let's face it, all of us light workers, we did not choose easy peasy, lemon squeezy lives for a reason. We chose to go through experiences that we will then turn around and help others go through. very specifically even in some cases. So, and I heard this, I've been hearing this for years, that you go through, when you go through something, you should help others going through it. And so little did I know it was it literally is the huge Lightworker mission. So as we experience these things, as we make these breakthroughs, you may notice that then you have people coming to you, well, I'm going through this. And you're like, I just went through that. I can help you. I can help you get through that because I just went through it. And here's what I did. And, maybe that part of it will resonate. Maybe it'll help them, or you can refer them to somebody. A lot of times when I'm talking to somebody and they need help, another light worker will come into mind, and I will know that they are the best people to help this person, not me, not yet, not at this time, maybe never. It really doesn't matter. As long as I can get them to the next step, that makes me feel better. And so you cannot save anyone. You can't do it for them. You can't release for them. You can facilitate as a light worker. We facilitate. But I do want to tell you, and I know I went through this phase, and it's not a super fun phase, where you get your first taste of an energy healing or an energy release, and you feel that euphoria afterwards, and you are addicted, instantly addicted, and you want more. And so we seek out, because we are so desperate at some point in our life, in this journey, we're so desperate to just feel better. We start to seek out healer after healer after healer, after guru, after mentor, after teacher. And that is wonderful. That's part of the process. That's part of the path. I did the very same thing. And I had, as I released and as I healed, I had the exact right teachers fall into my path exactly when they needed to fall into my path. But at some point, and this is actually pretty recent, at some point I realized that I was just kind of addicted to the addiction. Do you know what I mean? I was addicted to, I just kind of got in that cycle of, oh, well, she's offering a free healing. I'm going to get in on that, on the free healing. You see those free, oh, I'm going to do a free reading. And like a free live, these wonderful ladies do these, oh, I'm going to go on live and I'll do some free, and quick energy readings or blah, blah, blah. And you see sometimes thousands of people watching. And, and they're trying to get through, oh, okay, well, I don't even know if they know that that's going to happen, but then they're missing people because the comments are moving so fast. There's so many people wanting their help that they're missing a lot of people, but they really are getting the exact right people that they're supposed to get to. But then you see people commenting like, I don't think she could see my comments. Or they'll comment 100 times over, please pull a card for me. And believe me, I have been there. I know exactly where these people are, and I feel for them. And I shouldn't laugh, but it is kind of funny because I've been there. I'm allowed to laugh because I've been there. Because it's true. Things we go through, we will laugh about someday. And so I remember that phase of just needing somebody else to do it for me, needing somebody else to tell me what's next. What do I heal next? What am I going to release next? I need you to tell me. I need you to look into my energy and tell me what I'm supposed to do next. And so I did get to the point, and I think that's an important phase that we have to go through, because that's how we learn. It's how I learned. I had a teacher who taught me how to meditate. I had never been able to meditate because I focused so much on trying to clear my mind first. I could never even get past that first step. And if you don't know already, that is bullshit. Don't try to clear your mind ever. It's impossible. What you do want to do is just be. When you meditate, just turn on music if you like. Make sure you're in a quiet place. Make sure you're really comfortable, but not so comfortable that you fall asleep, unless that's what you want to do. I've had some amazing, guidance come through when I fell asleep during meditating. But if you want to be conscious and meditate, you just have to be still and allow the thoughts to float through. You can't, clearing your mind is impossible. But because I was focusing on that, because everybody said, oh, you have to clear your mind. Okay, I'm going to try to clear my mind. And that just makes it worse. That just made my mind go, oh, hell no. We're not going anywhere because you're trying to get rid of us. So it's like the ego, right, kicking in. Like, the ego does not like to be told to take a back seat. Sometimes you have to be firm with it, but it doesn't like to be, it doesn't like it when you're talking about them in front of them. The ego. So, it doesn't like it when you're like whispering to like your inner child, well, we need to get rid of this ego. That flares it up. So, you don't want to do that. So, and I lost my train of thought. Where was I? What was I talking about? And so, this whole savior complex that we have, and if you're watching this video, you have it, I guarantee you. I still have it with some people, and that just means that I still have some of their energy that I need to release, or that I continually allow it in because it's a cycle that I'm in, that I, and it's, people very close to you, people you've known your whole lives, family usually. And so, but I've got that that I'm working on. But I just wanted to say, because of this whole, movement where we came back down a little bit to try and wake up some more people, which again, we say that, and that's fine to say that, and I say it all the time too, we're trying to wake people up. It actually isn't our job to wake anybody up either. I'm awake, and I am showing by my example, through my stories, through sharing my experiences, how to do that. And that, people can see by looking at me, by watching my videos, that, hey, she looks better than she's ever looked before. She seems really happy, like she seems really together. People notice that, and then they want to know what you've done. And a lot of times they're not ready to hear the how or the why. But they just want to know how you've gotten to where you are, because they want to be there. They want a little piece of that. And so that's why people are attracted to us too. But it's not our job to wake them up. They have to do it themselves. They have to be ready. Their soul has, had to choose it for this cycle. If you don't know, that I forget the name of it, but it's 26,000 and some odd years cycle. And those souls who are not going on to 5D, which we're still kind of, like, we're in 5D, right? But there are 3D people hanging on. They're not quite ready to go. But the ones who have chosen to stay in 3D will be in 3D for another 26,000 odd years. So it's like 26,160 or something like that. Because that's how long the cycles last. And it's got to do with the zodiacs and all that jazz. I'm not an astrologer, so look that up. And so the whole savior thing really can be a heavy thing for light workers to deal with. And sometimes you don't even realize that that's what's fueling a cycle you're in, or a loop you're stuck in, is you just want to save this person, or you just, especially when it comes to being a parent. I have 4 kids. I want to save all 4 of them. I am in the process right now with Archangel Michael's help, and you can call on your guides anytime. Call on your guardian angels, call on spirit, call on spirit guides that you have, even if you don't know who they are. Say, I'm calling on my highest vibrational spirit guides. I set my intention to release emotional attachment to my children's journeys. And I've done a video on that, a separate video on that, on how freeing that is. It does not mean that you don't love them on a deep level. It does not mean that you won't care about taking care of them anymore. It's the exact opposite. You will just be able to allow them to live the experiences that their soul has chosen, and the journey that their soul has chosen. Now, for the most part, I would say that light workers' kids are also light workers, or at least staying in 5D. Excuse me. But again, we have to release emotional attachment to that. We can't worry about that, because we have big missions. We have big missions globally, not just with these little people that we happen to, bring into the world, in this physical world. And so check out my other videos. Let's see, what emotional freedom really means, I think is what it's called. And it's a quick one, and it just talks about how freeing it can be to release this emotional attachment to other people's journeys, but especially to our children's journeys. And so, as moms, we want to save them. We can't. We can't do it. We can teach them. We can be here for them. We can provide all of their emotional and physiological needs. We can hug and kiss them as much as we want, as much as they'll let us. I have boys, so I don't know. They don't always want that. But I do it anyway. I'm a little bit like Beverly Goldberg. But we can't save them, even though they're our children. But like I said, them being born to you is a good sign that they're going to be fine, that they're going to hang out in 5D and be here for the long haul. So don't stress about that too much. Just set an intention to release emotional attachment to their journey, and I promise you life will be a lot easier. It's huge. It's a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. And again, it opens up this whole new deep soul, unconditional love that you will not believe how beautiful it is. And so the message then is, as I've babbled around the point, I think I've hit it a few times, We can't save anybody. I can't save you. I can't save anyone. I can't save anyone but myself. And that is going to be a lifelong process. Yes, everything's going to get better overall, better and better and better, and we're going to be pros at processing things. We're going to see it coming a mile away, and we're going to know exactly what to do. But until then, we're kind of still in the muck, although it is, hopefully y'all are feeling what I'm feeling. It's a ton better. It is a ton better. I feel like a different person. I feel so much lighter. And this is only going to, like, they say these Ascension symptoms are ramping up right now as we go through the fall. They are getting stronger, but as long as you know what's going on, as long as you know what you're feeling is release or, or upgrading, we're being upgraded literally, physically, to catch up with the vibration of the planet. And so as long as you allow that and you know that that's what's happening, it just makes it so much easier. Let it be okay, right? That was something in my other video. Just say to yourself, let it be okay. Because whatever's happening is in your highest good. And the more you resist, the more you can feel like you're stuck. Although you're not. You're absolutely not. But why make it harder? Why make it more miserable for yourself? Allow everything to happen. And allow everybody else to live their lives and to follow their own soul's journey. It's not your job to wake them up. It's not your job to save them. It's your job to show them how it's done. And when they're ready, they will come to you. They will come to you, or they'll find somebody else who resonates with them. And even if it's someone that you think, don't wait around for someone to come to you. Don't think, oh, that's my best friend. She'll come to me for sure, right? Well, not necessarily. It's all who resonates with us. And this is a huge time, too, of kind of upheaval of relationships, resettling. We're finding new tribes. We're finding more focused tribes. We're finding more like-minded people that are like-minded in more ways. And so the tribes are getting very focused, and we're connecting to other tribes who have the same, we're all over the world. This technology is wonderful because it allows us to connect with people all over the world for this thing. And so we're getting there. We're getting there. We have done so much. I mean, seriously, pat yourself on the back. You're amazing. You are amazing. You are a goddess, or freaking God. So anywho, you can't save anybody. I hate to tell you. And, you don't, maybe somebody who comes to you, you don't want to tell them that. A lot of people aren't ready to hear that. I have people in my life who just want me to fix them because I've somehow magically fixed myself, and they're fairly sure it's got something to do with, a pill or, juicing or something ridiculous, right? Or yoga. And they just want to know the secret. And so I did the big long video of, my story. It's literally called My Story, how I got to this place. And I got to tell you, it was funny because after I did that video, which I was half asleep, you guys, I was half asleep. I had a pretty intense acupuncture session, which I have sought out to help heal my gut, which is healing my physical body amazingly well and quickly. And I just needed to do that video, and so it just kind of poured out of me because I was, I had no guard up. I was so tired. And you can tell by my face, I look like I'm half asleep. But I ran that video, and I had so many responses from that video that I was blown away. I had people texting me and messaging me and commenting on it, and I'd never had that kind of response before. And I thought, well, that's odd, because I always worried that if my videos got too long, like this one, that people would be like me. I'm guilty. I see a video. Oh, they posted a video, 7 minutes. Oh, that's really long, and I won't watch it, right? Because I'm lazy. Yet I'll sit there and scroll for another hour. It's a sickness, people. But that's coming too. Seriously, we're not going to need this technology. It'll be better and not bad for us very soon. But anyway, so hopefully you've hung out. But what was I talking about? Oh, so the response that I got to that video was from that video was so amazing. Or actually, yes, no, it was the video that I had done before, the physical transformation video, and I had such a great response. People ask me, what did you do? I want to know what you did. I need to heal my gut too. Please tell me what you did. And I thought I'll just do a video about it. And that was the My Story video. And the people that had specifically asked me to share what I did, it was like Every single one of them was like, would watch the video and then went, oh, okay, well, thanks, bye. Like they were so like, tell me what you did, tell me what you did, because I'm going to do it. And then when I told them that it was a journey, that it was a process, that it was a series of dark nights of the soul, that it was a really kind of rediscovering myself and going into the depths of hell for a very long time and finding my way out. They want nothing to do with it. They want the magic pill. They want the, the magical yoga position that will make you lose 30 pounds in a week. They don't want, oh, well, that sounds hard. I can't change my life. That's ridiculous. So it was really funny to me that I had this amazing response, and yet they weren't ready to hear the answer. So, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. I know a lot of you are. If you've not watched my story, or the one, I believe it was the one before that, there might be some in between, but the physical transformation, which is really amazing, and I am allowing myself to enjoy looking better than I have in my whole life. I'm coming up on 48, and I have not looked this good ever. So, or felt this good. So it's pretty awesome. So, but it's been a journey. I did not choose a namby-pamby, easy life. I'm not an heiress. I'm not, I didn't come from money. I didn't come from fame. I came from very humble beginnings. So, like so many of us. So, you can't save anyone else but yourself. You can facilitate healing if they're willing to do the work, but they have to do the work. And if I'm talking if you're a healer already, a practicing healer, a practitioner, and we say healer too, which again is fine. That's absolutely what we are, but we're really facilitating the healing. They have to be ready for it. But if they're ready for it, boy, then it's like a switch is flipped, right? Like you could do Reiki, and if somebody is totally open and ready, it's just happening. It's just happening, and you're facilitating it. It's beautiful, and they may feel like you're doing it for them, but really it's them just being open and ready. They're at that stage. So, but just make sure that you're not falling into that savior mode and feeding the victim mode, because that's the last thing we want to do. We've been living in the victim mode long enough. It's time to break free of that. So, and we're doing that. So we are badass warrior goddesses and gods, to use the pagan term. Hope that doesn't offend anyone. We are, the gods and goddesses were really what? They were just highly evolved aliens. So they weren't really gods or goddess. They weren't really immortal. They just live a hell of a lot longer than we do. And they had magical technology that looked like magic. So that's really all they were. So don't be offended. And that's my caveat. So anyway, that is what I wanted to talk about today. I did not intend to talk this long. Hopefully you really love listening to me. I can't save anyone but myself, and neither can you. And I think it's a really important thing for us Lightworkers as we're stepping into our missions, as we're really exploding kind of onto the scene right now. If you haven't noticed, we're everywhere now. We're taking over, guys. But it's so important to remember that we're not here to save the world, and we're not here to heal anyone or to wake anyone up. We're here to facilitate when they're ready to do it themselves, to teach them how we did it. And, if enough of us are sharing our stories, they get a nugget from me, a nugget from you, a nugget from somebody else, and they'll be able to piece together their own journey. So that is my 2 cents on that. I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Wendy, Parenting Through Ascension. Find my Facebook page, and obviously this is my YouTube channel, Parenting Through Ascension, the same name. So please like and share my videos. Thank you.